on, ladies and gentlemen? My name is Kevin Jackwitz. This is the Kaged match. Sorry I'm a couple days late here. I wound up literally in the hospital the same night as AEW and NXT. I got through AEW and then I was just having a bunch of problems, so I wound up in the emergency room. So, it is what it is. I'm still going. I'm here. We're back. AEW Dynamite for October 16th, 2019. Let me start out by saying that so far AEW is 3 for 3 against WWE and NXT. I really like what they are doing with their shows. No weak points whatsoever. They have got some amazing matches, some really good athletes, and they're thinking about what they're doing, which is the really important part of this. So let's get into this. You start out with a match that's supposed to be SCU, Christopher Daniels, and Frankie Kazarian taking on Best Friends. Well, the Lucha Brothers come out and attack SCU because they had some problems last week. And they do a nasty pile driver onto Christopher Daniels onto the ramp, the metal part. So it was pretty good. It looked good. Something you could really sell hurting somebody. And so they took out Christopher Daniels. And so it turned out to be Scorpio Sky and Frankie Kazarian versus Best Friends. That being Chuck Taylor and Trent Beretta. I've seen both these teams before. Really good. And four just really talented guys. Especially Scorpio, if you haven't seen him before. He's just damn good. So this match was everything I expected it to be. It was very entertaining. Some very good high spots with this. And at the end of the day, you had Scorpion Sky, Frankie Kazarian of SCU taking the win. After that, you have Santana and Ortiz taking on John Silver and Alex Reynolds. I don't know the latter two. I do know Santana and Ortiz from their time in Impact Wrestling. Very good. And this was just a beatdown. I don't know that Silver or Reynolds got any offense in this match. It was just Santana and Ortiz straight up beatdown. And it was really good, man. It really made an impact. And then you get Jericho on the Titantron, or whatever you want to call it for AEW, talking about, Santana and Ortiz and how they're going to be taking on the Young Bucks, which will be an amazing match. Honestly, that'll be ridiculously good. So yeah, man, a really cool way to start this show. Two very good tag team matches right off the bat. And then you get a promo package with Cody Rhodes, him taking on Chris Jericho and all the, blood, sweat, and tears he put into AEW, and it was a really good way to make you, connect with Cody. Really was good. So after that, you got Britt Baker versus Rio. Rio, the AEW Women's Champion. And Britt Baker, I think this was her first match on TV since they've brought out Dynamite. And, no, she was in a tag match last week. Very good match. Very cool. Rio is actually really surprising. She's incredibly tiny, but she's highly athletic. She can do a lot of very cool moves in that ring. So, good match. Rio takes the win, which is good. I think you want these initial champions to be solid, man. And so, that's what they're doing. Very good on them for doing that, too. After that, you get the Jurassic Express. And it was originally pitched as Jungle Boy and Luchasaurus, who, if you have not seen Luchasaurus, is really good, dude. He is so cool. He's got this really cool gimmick. He's kind of dressed up like a dinosaur, from the shoulders up. And then, of course, the Saurus part, Luchasaurus, rather, the Lucha part, is the guy is, he's a luchador, and he's damn good at it, but he's big. So it's kind of deceptive, man. You wouldn't think a guy this big can move like he does. Unfortunately, he's out on injury. I don't know exactly what or how bad, but he is out on injury. So it was Marco Stunt and Jungle Boy, and they are taking on the Lucha Brothers. And if you've not seen the Lucha Brothers before, one of the best tag teams, period, bar none. I don't care who you throw in my face. Bring up names. Lucha Brothers are one of the best tag teams, period. Just two incredible athletes, man. And this match all four guys are really, really amazing, honestly. Like, they really pulled off some just great spots in this match. At the end of the day, the Lucha Brothers win, which made me happy because I do think they are the better tag team. And so this is part of that tag team tournament they got going on. Lucha Brothers carry on. And I should mention Scorpio Sky and Kazarian moved together in that tag team tournament too. That first tag match was also part of that tournament. And then you move on to Pac and Jon Moxley. A week ago, they had a really cool segment at the end of a match where Jon Moxley, Pac, Kenny Omega, and Adam Page were all in this like little fiasco together. And I said I thought that was really smart because you got four very big names in this company and you could go a lot of different directions with it. Well, this was one of the directions. And I didn't see this coming, but it was very, very cool. So Pac and Jon Moxley, they do a little promo package as Jon Moxley's walking to the ring, talking about how he doesn't like Kenny Omega and he doesn't care about Pac being his partner. They're taking on Adam Page and Kenny Omega. Kenny Omega got massive reaction from the crowd too. Kenny Omega, again, one of the best wrestlers in the business. I don't care who you name. Kenny Omega is at the top of that list. Absolutely. So these guys, I mean, no matter, all four of these guys could have had an off night and it would have been an amazing match. So let's get that right out the way. It was an amazing match. At the end of the day, Pac and Jon Moxley were kind of butting heads because, you know, Jon Moxley was bringing in weapons and Pac, you know, grabbed the weapons from Kenny Omega and Jon, threw them out, and started asking Jon Moxley what the hell he's doing, telling him to use his head. At which point, Jon Moxley flips him off and hits him with dirty deeds, or whatever he's calling it now. So, he leaves Pac in the middle of the ring to fend off Adam Page and Kenny Omega, which of course doesn't work. So, Adam Page, Kenny Omega get the win. Very, very good match. Very good the way they are bringing everything together. And so next week it was announced that you're going to have a match between Jon Moxley and Pac. There you go. That's thinking. That's progression. That's how you build interest. Something that WWE has sorely missed. And I'm going to continue to compare. Some people do, some people don't. I will because I want everybody to raise the bar. I want everybody to be good. And unfortunately, WWE this week has sucked. So, by comparison, this is monumentally better. Then you get Chris Jericho versus Darby Allin in a Philadelphia street fight. And they did some crazy stuff with this match. You started out with a regular, you know, Philadelphia street fight. You had some weapons. Okay, we get that, whatever. It was very cool. It was very entertaining. But at one point, Chris Jericho gets some duct tape and very securely duct tapes Darby Allin's hands behind his back and goes to beating his ass. Eventually, Darby Allin somehow gets the upper hand. And he is pulling off moves with his hands tied behind his back that were ridiculous. It was so good. It was something you haven't seen in quite some time. It's been done before, but it's still a holy shit moment. Like, honestly, it really was. Doing the Suicidas through the ropes with his hands tied behind his back. You know, amazing body control for the position he was in. He went to the ropes and did some dives off the top turnbuckle, climbing with no hands. It was all ridiculous, dude. It was so good. The guy is so talented. And I even tweeted, like, this guy just made himself a main event star. I mean, he proved that he's main event with that, in my opinion. It was ridiculously good. At the end of the day, he still had his hands tied behind his back, though. And Jake Hager, I should say. Jack Swagger. He comes in, and Darby's on the top rope again, about to do a move. And then Jake hits him off. It's going to be difficult for me because I keep wanting to call him Jack. But Jake Hager hits him off the top turnbuckle. Chris Jericho capitalizes, slams him, Darby Allin, onto his own skateboard. Jericho wins. And then the Inner Circle come out and they're celebrating in the ring. And that's where they cut the show. So, again, this is a match, or a show rather, with very little fluff. You had some very solid performers making some very solid matches. You saw some people you haven't seen on the show yet, which is very cool. You got storylines that are continuing. You got things that are going into their pay-per-view, into next week's show. And really, I mean, the only thing they did outside of the wrestling that could have been bad was the Cody Rhodes package. And it worked. It was good. It got you invested in Cody. It made you care about this guy. So, I mean, they've just been putting on stellar shows. For me, it's another 9.5 out of 10. And really close to 10 out of 10, honestly. Like, it really was. It was just that damn good. So, ladies and gentlemen, that's my thoughts on AEW for October 16th, 2019. Let me know what you guys think in the comments below. If you enjoyed this, hit the like button, subscribe, and share. My name is Kevin Jackwoods. Cage Nation, out.